That is 2 wins in a row for the good guys, for the Toronto Maple Leafs, as the Leafs take down the Ottawa Senators 7-5 in probably a high-scoring affair game. Wow, what a game for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now, coming into tonight, like before the game, I said to myself, the Sens are good. They think they're young. I think they're gonna find a way to make the Leafs to embarrass the Toronto Maple Leafs, and thank God they didn't. Thank God the Leafs didn't get embarrassed by the Senators. I was damn sure that team was going to lose, and thank God they didn't lose to the to the Senators. I'm so glad. So Leafs get 2 points out of it. I'm really happy, despite some hiccups in the third period, mostly blowing a lead in a bit of a second period where Leafs gave up a 2-0 lead, then they almost gave up a 5-3 lead, a 5-2 lead, excuse me, and pretty happy about the win. Despite some hiccups, Leafs got the win here. So it's a really good win. So who starts in it? So the last time Leafs play against the Senators, it was Game 6 of the Stanley Cup playoffs, where the Leafs eliminated Ottawa in 6 games. You remember my Leafs 4-2 win over the Senators in Game 6, round 1 of the playoffs. I actually said that Leafs won the war. They didn't win the battle though. They won the war. Tonight, however, Leafs play against the Senators. And Leafs and the Senators, how do I say this? They're not in a playoff position. They're not in the playoffs. Not in the playoff picture. Because some idiot decided it's a good idea to have the Leafs go on the downfall and see the bad teams that didn't make the playoffs, or the one team that lost in the first round, but they had one specific team in the Montreal Canadiens to go on the rise. Complete bullshit as far as I'm concerned. But however, I'm so happy. But Leafs got the 2 big points they needed, and thank God for that. If it wasn't for that game, we would have gotten either 1 point or nothing at all. And thank God, and thankfully, Leafs did the win there. So they got the win. Now let's get to the game. So the first player to start in net for the Leafs was Joseph Woll. The player for the Senators, Linus Ullmark. Okay, now let's get to the game. First period of the game was like a very tight contested game where the Leafs, they tack in a couple goals on the power play, and this is for the first time Leafs go on the run on the power play, and the Leafs tag in once again 2 power play goals. The first one was 34 seconds or so into the first period by William Nylander, and the Leafs take a 1-0 lead on the power play. 1-1 on the power play. Then the Leafs go on the power play again, and this is by Matthew Knies. It is 2-0 Leafs. Now that's what we're talking about. We're talking about a power play goal. We're talking about power plays. Leafs got 2 power play goals. Why didn't we have this when Mark Savard was here? Oh yeah, because the Leafs power play was so bad. It is worse than waiting in. It's worse. It's worse than having to watch paint dry. And that was horrendous as far as I'm concerned. Because the Leafs were dead last in the power play, and that's not fun. But however, Ottawa gets back by you know whom, Nick Cousins, that idiot Nick Cousins, to get the Senators on the board. It is right now a 2-1 Leafs game. Great. So nothing ever goes right for the team whatsoever. Then in the second period, they go on the Sens win the face-off, they win the draw, and they score. And of course, I thought, oh, that goal counted. I'm pretty sure that goal didn't count because Philip Myers was called for a penalty. Oh, hold your horses. It was a holding, yes, but hold your horses, buddy. That was considered a continuation. First off, it wasn't, but it was a continuation by Ottawa. Great. Second period rolls around, and the Senators took the 2-0 lead away from us. Great. So how the hell did we manage to go from being up 2-1 to this? They called a goal on Ridley Gregg. I mean, that bougie son of a gun. It's a 2-2 game after the first intermission. So after first intermission, 2-1 Leafs. Now you go out into the second period with a 2-2 game. Great. This is not where we want. But, however, the Leafs get 3 goals in return. 3 goals. That was actually really good. You got a third goal where I thought Linus Ullmark got the save. He made the save technically, but Bobby McMann scored to regain the Leafs lead. It's a 3-2 Leafs lead. Then Austin Matthews scores. It's a 4-2 game. Thank you, because finally, Matthews finally got a goal for the first time since against the Chicago Blackhawks game. And Matthews was nowhere to be seen in the last 4 games, I would say. A little bit disappointment season for Austin Matthews, but hey, it is what it is. And maybe it was the captain that's kind of screwing him over. I'm not sure, but that's just me. So now the Senators pull Linus Ullmark out of the game for the next goaltender, which I don't know his name. I swear to God, it's like a Rush or some kind of like European goaltender, I believe, for the Ottawa Senators. So now it's a 4-2 Leafs lead. Then the Leafs added another goal by Nick Robertson. It is a 5-2 Leafs game. It's like, okay, things are going well. Nothing should ever go wrong for the Leafs. Nothing should go wrong. Because that was at the end of the second period with a 5-2 game. You'd be wrong. Because the Senators come back twice. Almost trying to make it look competitive. And I'm like thinking, God damn it, here we go again with the Senators playing hero. I'm sorry. Here we go again with the other team playing hero and making the Leafs blow it in the end. What the fudge are we doing? Because I believe 14 seconds into the game, I think there was an assist by a goal. I think it was like an assist by the Senators goaltender, and they go straight. And then it goes from Brady Tkachuk to Dylan Cousins. And guess who actually scores? Drake Batherson. It is 5-3 Leafs. It's okay. It's 5-3. We'll take it. It's not bad, but come on, man. Then the Leafs give up another goal by Tim Stützle. I'm like, oh my God. It's 5-4 or Leafs. Come on, man. Leafs were up 5-2. And the Senators are just coming back on us. Not where we want to be. So Craig Berube calls a timeout to get the Leafs in order. To get their heads out of the sand. You gave up those 2 goals? Why? You need to find it. Don't let them take advantage on you. Stop making the play. Stop being complacent. That kind of stuff. So that's why. Because we were this close in blowing a 5-2 lead. Because I went off a lot on leads. A 2-0 lead and a 4-2 lead. I mean, I went completely ballistic on that. I'm not surprised. So now Leafs are in scramble mode. They got to get a big goal, and they did. And it was by Matthew Knies. It is his second goal of the night, and the Leafs take a 2-goal lead again. They get a 2-goal lead. It is 6-4 Leafs. All right, we're feeling good about it. And then, oh my God, and then of course, Jordan Spence scores. Sorry, let me get that. Jordan Spence scores, and it's a 1-goal game again. I'm like thinking, come on, man, enough with the whole 1-goal game crap. Enough giving up games. Leafs had a 5-2 lead in this game, and you're going to let the Senators play hero and making the Leafs blow a 5-2 lead? Are you kidding me? We're losing to the Senators, who is our younger brother in Ontario, in the Balvons area. Are you kidding me, bro? I mean, that was the most concerning part. Like, I swear, if we blow this lead, we're going to have a problem. We're going to have an issue. But they didn't. They grinded their butts off. They knew how to do. They didn't let the Senators get back in this game. And thank God. Because, my God, imagine if we blown that lead. Imagine if the Senators tied the game up and we go in overtime. Whether we win or lose, it would be pretty bad. And I would have a lot of criticism going through that game. But Leafs, however, found a way to get the job done. And John Tavares puts the game away. Empty net goal by John Tavares. 7-5 Leafs. And please no 6-7 crap again. Like, if someone says, oh, Leafs win. If they win 7-6, let's say. And I would hear people doing the 6-7 BS. That's going to be problematic. Okay? I get it. It's a meme. But come on, you don't have to provoke everybody with the whole 6-7 jokes. It's starting to drive me insane. Even when someone says 1967, I say 6-7, this, that. That's the problem. It's 67, not 6-7. Anyways, I'm getting a little off topic, but that's that. Alright. Leafs get the win. Especially the end where Leafs go in a hustle fight with the Sens. And Troy Stecher just said, come on, get loud, everybody. See, that is the guy, Troy Stecher. Dude just told the crowd to get hyped. Let's go. That's a good man. That guy's amazing. I mean, what can I say about Troy Stecher? He's better than freaking Brandon Carlo as far as I'm concerned. So that's a pretty good stuff. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So, Leafs did pretty good in the penalty kill. He took a couple penalties, but that's okay. Leafs go 2 for 3 on the power play, and okay, it's pretty good. After the Marc Savard power play shenanigans where they went ice cold on the power play. Also, speaking of the power play, the Leafs also hired. I should have told you this earlier, but the Leafs hired Steve Sullivan from the Toronto Marlies to fill in the power play for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and let's see what happens. And on his first day, 2 for 3 on the power play with a guy named Steve Sullivan. It's pretty good. Okay, I'll take it. But where was this power play when Marc Savard was with the Leafs? I get it, of course. Leafs had opportunities. They could have gone 3 for 3, but that's okay. When they had Marc Savard, they had their ups and downs. They had power play goals, but they just didn't have enough power play goals when they had the power man advantage, which also hurt. Even had a 5-on-3 and then 4-on-3 in the Pittsburgh game, but yet that didn't work. So I'll take this win any day of the week. A win's a win. Just try not to blow these games. I mean, come on, it's serious. You can't blow these games in times like. As a matter of fact, you got to win these games. You got to hold on. You got to grind your butts off. You got to win. All right? So that's a great win for the Toronto Maple Leafs. A very great, good win. Got 2 wins. Let's just keep the pace going. Let's keep the momentum going into the next game. As the next game for the Toronto Maple Leafs, they go on a second out of a back-to-back where they head to the Michigan City. They head to Detroit. They head to the Motor City to take on the Detroit Red Wings. A team that got absolutely blasted by the Carolina Hurricanes tonight. I'm hoping the Leafs can get revenge on the Detroit Red Wings after what happened in October, where Patrick Kane and Lucas Raymond, the main culprits of that game, where the Red Wings played hero and they made the Leafs blow a 2-0 lead. You know how fuming I was when the Leafs blew that lead. I did that, man. It went all over the place. Like, come on, the Leafs had a 2-0 lead, and you want to play hero by making the Leafs blow a 2-0 lead. That's what you did. And you should be ashamed for blowing a 2-0 lead. No, I'm not the victim in this relationship. I'm not the victim. I will not share the blame here. Maybe if you weren't playing hero, this wouldn't have happened. But that was the past. Leafs play against the Red Wings. You got to get the win against the Red Wings. You have to. I mean, just hoping to God Leafs can get the win against Detroit. I'm hoping the Leafs can get the win. I want to win. I want to make it 3 straight wins in a row. I want to keep the pace going. I want to build momentum off of every win. Go on a win streak, for Christ's sake, instead of going down in purgatory. So I guess Leafs go from there. So let's go, Leafs. Yeah!